Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back for all of those who have joined me before. My name is Angela White, your favorite retirement readiness coach. And so I just want to thank everyone that is joining me live. And if you do check me out on the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comments for me. So for this month, if you're not aware, this month is Financial Literacy Month, and so for this month, I really want to hone our financial literacy around retirements, because that's the main focus here in this group is getting ourselves so that we can retire ready and retire right. Okay. And so we're going to look at for the entirety of this month. Every week we're going to be looking at specific topics in regards to financial literacy, but most importantly, or more specifically, we're going to be looking at topics around retirement. Okay. So this week, I am going to be sharing a little bit of information with you in regards to, retirement accounts. Because there are, many different type of accounts that you can take advantage of, for retirement. Um, do we want to start participating in those accounts early? Ideally, that is definitely what something that we want to do. But if we didn't get the information, if we didn't get the news about that when we were at a younger age, then wherever you are right now, if you haven't started before, the next best time to start is right now. And so we want to take advantage of some of these accounts that are out there that's going to help us to be prepared and ready for retirement so that we can live it the way that we want to. So I want to again, just remind everyone that on this month for financial literacy, we will be talking about retirement, but this specific week, I have been putting out content in regards to a retirement account. So if you haven't, go ahead and check out the page. And there's some information there for you. So let's go and take a look at a little bit of that right now, just share some more information with you. Okay. So, what are the different types of accounts that you can take advantage of when it comes to retirement? Okay. So you have, your traditional IRA, and that's your individual retirement account. And so that's a tax deferred retirement account. And so that means that that's a contribution that's taken out prior to you paying any taxes on it. So it's tax deferred. So that can lower your amount of taxes that you're paying right now, um, the amount that you have to pay taxes on. Okay, and so but um, that's the good part of it. But on the other end is once you get into retirement and you start drawing that money out of a traditional IRA, then you will have to pay taxes on it later on. And so there's arguments on both sides as to which one is the best option to go with. But that is definitely going to be something that you want to look at on a one-on-one basis, because that is going to vary for different people. So let's take a look at a traditional IRA. Okay, so to be eligible for a traditional IRA, again, it's an individual retirement account. You can open that up. You have to have income. You have to be have income, and if you have income, you can open a retirement account with any brokerage. All of the different brokerage accounts. But they have contribution limits, and that's going to be dependent on your age. Okay, so they have up the limits. Before it was $6,000 if you were under 50, 7,000 if you were over 50. But they've actually upped that this year by $1,000 for both of those limits. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. especially when you get over 50. Then you got, you can do some catch up if you weren't able to participate in it at a younger age. Okay. And then the next retirement account that we have that we can take advantage of is the Roth IRA. And it is what we call a tax growth retirement account. And so when you're talking about an IRA, when we look, remember we said that the traditional IRA was one that it was tax deferred. So that means they took the money out before any taxes were paid on it. So then that lowered your tax bill because you were making less money because of you taking that out. Well, with the Roth, they actually take the taxes out first and then it goes into your account. So you've already paid taxes on that money. So when you start to withdraw it in your retirement years, then you don't have to pay taxes on it again. So again, like I said, with the traditional IRA, individual retirement account, an argument could be made for both, for a traditional or a Roth IRA. But you definitely want to, talk with, your retirement, advisor, your retirement coach to kind of get some idea as to what is going to be the best way for you to attack your goals for retirement. Okay. All right. And then next we have the 401k, the infamous 401k. So this is your employer sponsored retirement plan. And so this one here is, I believe that everyone should be taking advantage of if you have the option with your employer, especially if your employer is offering a match. If you don't do nothing else, if your employer is offering to match you up to, I don't care if it's 1%, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever the percentage is, whatever they're going to match you on, you want to take advantage of it because that's free money. That is free money. If you put 5% of your money into the 401k, then they're going to match the contribution that you put in there. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. Now, of course, we want to get to a point where we're, maxing out our retirement, accounts, maxing out our 401ks. But at the very least, you want to enroll in your employer sponsored retirement accounts, the 401k, and you want to at least be contributing what they're going to match so that you can get that free money. We don't turn down no free money now. Come on now. All right. So contribution limits in 2024 for 401k is $20,500 for an individual under 50, and then for those over 50 and older, it's a $27,000 limit on that. So again, you can put up to these limits, but I just ask that you really, really think about, at least doing the match. If you can't do anything else, do that match and take advantage of that free money. Okay. All right. So, how do you pick, the right retirement accounts for you? Okay. So again, like I alluded to a little bit earlier, all of these are good plans, and there's pros and cons to both of them. Like I said, with the traditional, you lowering your tax bill right now, you're not paying taxes on it, but you'll pay taxes on it later. With the Roth, you're paying on the taxes now, but you won't pay on it later. You know, and so you want to, again, you want to first assess, where you are right now. What's going to be beneficial for you. Do you need that tax savings right now? Do you find yourself in a position where you may be a high earner, don't have any other deductions or anything that you can take advantage of? So taking advantage of a traditional IRA may be best for you right now. Um, but if you don't have that, then it may be best for you to do a Roth IRA where you can pay the taxes now and take advantage of not having to worry about it in your retirement years. So again, you just need to assess what your tax situation is. Consider what you expect for your expenses to be in the future. What do you expect your income to be in the future? Because again, if you don't feel like you're going to have a significant amount of income in the future, if you pay taxes, then your tax bracket may be lower. So then you paying taxes on doing the traditional now, paying taxes on it later, and you're at a 20% tax bracket then versus a 33% tax bracket you have right now. That may be beneficial, but that could flip as well. So again, it's not a one size fits all. It's definitely something that you want to sit down with an advisor to to go over those options and stuff with you. Okay. So again, you want to look at your employee contributions. So, like we talked about just a few minutes ago, you want to look at what your employer is matching for you. So you definitely want to take advantage of that if the option presents itself. So again, when you're making those decisions as to whether you're going to do a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, you're going to do that 401k. It's really going to be what's going to be in your best interest, whether it's going to be a tax advantage now or for later. But sitting down with the tax advisor or a financial advisor is definitely going to be the best way for you to make that decision because there is not a one time, a one size fit all when it comes to that. That is definitely something that is an individual on a case by case basis. Okay. All right. So again, remember, we talked about your contribution limits. Okay. So we looked at, for the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA, the contribution limits for this year is $7,000 for under 50, and then 8,000 for 50 and older. Because we have and then you have for 50 and older, then you have that option for the catch up. So that's definitely something that you may, want to look into. And then, of course, excuse me, the 401k, the limits for this year for under 50 is 20,500 and 27,000 for 50 and older for a 401k. So again, remember today we're just talking about the various retirement accounts that you can take advantage of on this week. But all month long, we are talking about retirement for this April Financial Literacy Month. Okay, so I know I've said it probably two or three times, but I can't say it enough. If you are currently employed, and in your company, your employer offers a 401k and they offer any kind of match, if all possible, please, please, please make sure that you're taking advantage of that because you are throwing away and letting fly by free money. And those things that we do now can absolutely ultimately reflect how we are able to live comfortably when we get to our retirement years. Because the goal is when we get to our retirement that we can live life on our terms. We've put in probably a good 40 or 50 years on the job, for someone or even working for ourselves. But we want to put ourselves in a position that we can live comfortably and not having anything to worry about and not have to be working until we're 70 or 80 years old. Okay. So take advantage of the opportunities that are out there right now. Um, it's always best for us to start our retirement planning and um, contributions as early as possible. That is absolutely the ultimate goal. But for those of us, and I say, I put my hand up, for myself as well, that didn't, maybe you started then, life happened because life happens. And maybe you had to start over. And that's the place that I found myself, some years ago where I had to start over. And, when I, hit 50, 40 years old. And so then you have to, put some different strategies and things in place in order for you to prepare yourself and get yourself ready for retirement. Okay, but before I head out to for this evening, I just want to remind everyone that this month we are talking about retirement all month long. And then in the Facebook group, I do have some posts in regards to retirement accounts this week. And let's see what we're going to be talking about next week. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. We've got for you for next week. All right. So next week we're going to be talking about investing for retirement. So if you got any questions that you want me to answer on next Thursday, then go ahead and I'll put a little post in our Facebook group. And if you got some questions that you want me to answer for you, you can put them on that post. So keep an eye out for that post. For any questions that you have for me that you would like for me to answer on next week's live when it comes to investing for retirement. Okay. But remember, traditional IRA, the individual retirement account, you have the Roth IRA, and you have your 401k. Okay. So if you have not started contributing to any of those already, then guess what? The next best time to start is today. You can go online tonight. You don't even have to wait till tomorrow. You can go online tonight and you can open up a Roth or a traditional IRA. You can do that today. Okay. All right. So again, I appreciate everyone that came on live with me tonight for coming and hanging out with your favorite retirement readiness coach. And again, if you got some questions that you want me to answer for you for next week's live, when we talk about investing for retirement, be on the lookout for that post I'll be putting in our Facebook group. And I look forward to seeing you on next week. Thanks and have a good evening.